Hey brother, I don't want to waste a lot of your time with a corny intro and everything. I'll just help you in this video to get rid of your indoctrination, get rid of all these paradigms that society and people have put onto you and that hinder you from doing what you actually want to do and that lead you to doing what everyone else is doing, which is not taking the steps to actually build the relationship that you want and deserve. Now, you've most likely heard by society, by maybe your parents, your grandparents, other people, your friends, people on YouTube, that over time your relationship will become worse. There will be less attraction, less polarity, all that kind of stuff, right? And now you're in a situation where you are in a relationship, you want to be in this relationship, you want to be with this woman, you love this woman, you enjoy being with this woman, or at least you enjoyed in the past being with this woman, depends on your situation, right? But you know that this is a great woman, and you know that this would be a great wife, and a woman that you would want to have children with, and who you would want to have as the mother of your children. That's why you are with this woman, right? But you're scared that this relationship will become worse over time, or it is already getting worse right now, or has gotten worse over the last few years, and you're afraid of this relationship maybe ending, maybe her breaking up with you, maybe her cheating on you, maybe you getting tired of her and breaking up with her. First thing I want you to understand is I've been where you are. I've been in my relationship for 5.5 years at this point, and man, there were a lot of times where I really struggled in this relationship, or where we really struggled. Man, it's already cold, it's like 5 degrees Celsius, there's literally snow on the mountains behind me. It's April in Germany here, I live in Germany, and now it's starting to rain. Do I care? No, we're gonna film this video. At the end of the day, at the start of my relationship, man, everything was just enlivening. I think that's the best word. Everything was just so loving and passionate and exciting and, yeah, enlivening. And I loved spending time with her. And we loved going on vacation together and all that kind of stuff. And man, it was really just an exciting life, an exciting relationship. We explored each other in all different kinds of ways and, yeah, really got to know each other very well in all different facets. But then over time, the relationship more and more became boring, became dull. And yeah, man, we really struggled with a lot of stuff. I mostly just struggled with, first of all, being anxious that she might leave me, that she might cheat on me. Back then I was still very anxiously attached to her. Now I've gone to a way more secure place. But back then it was really, yeah, quite a mindfuck, to be honest. Even though she never gave me reasons for it. The biggest problem though was I was just not satisfied in that relationship back then, and I knew that if this wouldn't get better, either she would leave me, or I would cheat on her, or she would cheat on me, which I would never think she would do, but my head went to that, right? Or I would leave her. I would leave that relationship. But I didn't want to fucking do that, because she's a great woman. And you know, over time, over the last 2-3 years, I've learned a fuck ton about how to improve a relationship. And man, I've made some massive progress. A couple of months ago, and since then, my relationship has again improved massively, but a couple of months ago, my best friend, the one guy who knows the most about my relationship, apart from me, literally told me, bro, I cannot see you and your girl ever getting separated again. Maybe some bullshit happens, right? But man, from where you are right now and from where you are heading with her, I don't see you two ever getting separated. Do you know how much that meant to me? My best fucking friend, the guy who has known me since I'm 6 years old, literally is telling me, bro, you found the one. And not only you found the one, because I don't believe in finding the one, I don't believe in like, finding your soulmate. I believe in finding a good woman and then building the one relationship with her, because that's what it's all about. But man, the progress I've made, even since then, like this was 5-6 months ago since he told me this, made me even more sure that he's right. Now, as we've already established, you don't want a bad relationship, right? But at the same time, most likely you don't want to be alone. And like we've already said, you want to be with this woman. You want to make it work with her. So what did it come down to for me to get to the point where I'm at now. Building the skills, building the mindsets, getting rid of old paradigms, and really just putting a lot of fucking effort, a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of pain, a lot of money into actually improving my relationship. Now, if you want to do the same and you want my direct help with getting to that passionate, thriving, sexy relationship that you actually deserve and actually want, then you can always book a free call with me. But besides that, this phrase that people say, right, oh, a relationship gets worse over time. Question that for a moment. Why would a relationship get worse over time? Imagine you go to the gym for 5 years. Would your physique be worse or better after 5 years? Obviously better. So why wouldn't the same apply to a relationship? Simple. Because the people who tell you this have never even put in work into their relationship. They've never even thought about reading a book on relationships. They've never even thought about getting coaching on relationships. They've never even thought about watching a YouTube video on relationships. They're lazy. You're not. I'm not. That's the simple difference, brother. The people who tell you this are the same people who say, going to the gym isn't worth it, but they've never been to the gym. They've never even worked out. They've never worked on their health. But they say, health isn't that important, right? Working out is a waste of time. Brother, actually think of this. Why would a relationship get better over time if both partners put in work, if both partners put in effort to improve that relationship, to learn how to become better lovers, to learn how to become better partners, better parents for their children or future children? If both people get to know each other more, if both partners learn more about the other person's needs, learn how to communicate safely to the other person, learn how to embrace their partner well, learn how to deeply love them, why would that relationship get worse? The only reason a relationship gets worse for the people who say, relationships get worse over time, is because these people rely on the initial attraction that we have at the start of a relationship. That honeymoon phase, as people call it, right? Where everything's exciting, there's a lot of novelty, there's a lot of attraction, and people think, that will last forever. Even though every single person on this planet knows that is not the case. These people rely on this kind of attraction, they rely on luck, but they don't take action. Aren't you different? Aren't you different to that? Or are you the kind of guy who just sits around and complains? My relationship is so bad. Brother, do something about it. Or stop crying. Usually I'm not that harsh in my videos. Usually I'm a very just warm and kind guy. But sometimes I just need to fucking shout at a camera. Because you're being so fucking stupid. Honestly, bro. Alright, let's calm down a bit again. Might be the cold weather. Nah, bro, I want to tell you one more story that happened 2-3 years ago. I was having a conversation with my mother. I don't know how I got into that conversation, don't ask me. But essentially she told me, and this was from a loving place, by the way. This was not from her judging me or anything. But she told me, you can't really expect to have great sex in 10 years in your relationship. That won't happen and all that kind of stuff. And I thought this was like I said, 2-3 years ago. So I was 20. And I thought to myself, well, in 10 years I'm going to be 30. I'm going to be at the end of my prime. I sure hope I'll have great sex then. And just out of young men's rebellion against my parents, I just disagreed with her. Both verbally and mentally within myself, right? And that was the reason why I started looking into all this stuff. Learning about polarity, learning about attachment styles, learning about the science and the spiritual part behind why a relationship works or doesn't work. And in the end, man, my sex life back then, or our sex life back then, it wasn't great. There were multiple factors that contributed to that. Us not knowing how to have great sex, us not knowing how to build a great relationship past that honeymoon phase, but also stuff like my girl getting off birth control back then and just losing her period and losing her sex drive for a year. She literally didn't get her period for 8 months. Imagine that, right? Of course that didn't really help in that whole endeavor of improving our sex life, but now, brother, now Our sex life is literally more enlivening, more deep, more loving, more passionate, and more exciting than it has ever been in that whole relationship. It's literally better than in the honeymoon phase. People who tell you that you can't improve a relationship, they're full of shit. I honestly think it's the cold weather, because I'm kind of pissed off at the cold weather, and that's why I'm probably pissed off talking to you here. Nah, man, don't take it too serious. But bro, isn't it interesting that after 5.5 years of dating this one girl, I am more satisfied with our sex life than ever before, even though my sex drive has not gotten smaller over the last 5 years, but a lot bigger. And now I'm more satisfied because I learned how to do it. Because bro, if you're the kind of guy who just sits around and does nothing and just complains, I have a few words for you. If nothing changes, nothing changes. You probably heard that saying on some Sigma male edit on YouTube, right? That kind of stuff. But bro, if nothing changes, nothing changes. If you don't change something, your relationship will not get better. If you don't put in effort, time, if you don't go through that pain, if you don't, maybe like I did in the past, invest money into this, buying books, buying coaching, and I'm not telling you to, buy my coaching, blah, blah, blah. You can if you want to, because I'll fucking help you. But at the end of the day, bro, if you think that by not giving anything, you will receive anything, then you have a fundamentally flawed picture of life. There's this saying in the book Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, which is a book, of course, on money, but in general it's a book on reaching goals, on setting goals and reaching those goals. So you could set the goal of improving your relationship and then reach that goal, right? That book would also help you there. One thing that guy Napoleon Hill in that book says, and bro, great fucking book. I thought for years that it was a surface level book, but it's really not. What he said in that book was, there is nothing like something for nothing. You cannot get something for nothing. That will not work. And it's so true with relationships. We think that a relationship is just this thing that's like up in the air, up in the clouds, and it will change out of luck or not. Blah, 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 blah. No, bro. No. There's two humans involved in a relationship. If you learn the science and the spiritual part behind all that stuff, behind how people work, behind how relationships work, behind how we can improve them or fuck them up, then you will fundamentally improve your relationship. Of course you will. Now, brother, if you feel like your relationship is dying right now, if you feel like, man, this relationship isn't going anywhere, but I want it to go somewhere, I want to be with this woman, but you feel like there's a lack of attraction, there's a lack of good communication, she's distant, she's avoidant, brother, what you can do is you can book a call with me. I will help you massively to get to the point where you have that loving, thriving, passionate relationship that you actually deserve. This first call is completely for free, and man, my clients are making massive progress, because not only do I give them the knowledge and the mindsets and everything, but I actually also have knowledge about coaching. I had a coaching business before this, and I know how to coach people. I know how to get people to make progress. At the end of the day, if you don't want your relationship to crumble, but you want her to love you more than she loved you when you first started dating, then book a call with me right now and I'll help you. I wish you a good day, Can't fucking talk anymore. I wish you a good day, man. I'll see you soon. Bye. I'll get out of the cold now. My hands are fucking freezing, man. See you soon.